What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. And we are live, coming to you live from the Pro Talk studios in the what kind of snow is this? This is the fluffy snow of Minnesota.
It's light and fluffy for sure.
Yeah. It's definitely not the cold. Wait, it is cold. What the fuck am I talking about? It's definitely not the slushy, heavy.
The wet, soaking, good snowball fight snow.
It's super shitty, you know?
It is what it is.
I have a neighbor who has a 4x4 with a plow on the end.
Okay.
And he came by and he did my driveway this morning.
When you say 4x4, a 4x4 truck or are you
No, a four-wheeler. I'm sorry.
A wheeler. Okay.
But it's not like it's a four-wheeler with like tank treads is what it looks like.
Really?
Yeah, thing's sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and he goes, I don't get to take it out very often, so I'm like, I mean, hell, if you want to do it, then you do it. I'm super happy, but I'm not going to say no.
Yeah, I mean, if I had one of those, I'd be plowing driveways too. That just sounds like fun to roll
just
around.
Be going around plowing everybody's driveway for him. That sounds good. This episode 113 for the week of February 9th, 2020. And like I said, we're live. This is our first ever live show, Will.
Yes, we're streaming live on Twitch.
We are.
Hello to those out there. And yeah, it's exciting. We've worked for this for a long time. We're finally here.
We are.
We're up and running.
It is, when we initially started talking about doing a live show, it was, I mean, I can't, how long ago, do you remember how long ago that was?
It has to be over a year.
I think it maybe is when we first started, maybe.
Yeah, it feels like it.
And so it's been a long time coming. It's a dream come true. We have a room dedicated to this entire space. We have the foam paneling up, hopefully permanently now.
Yes.
Regardless of what Natana says, because Natana doesn't want holes in the wall. But sorry, I made holes in the wall.
Small ones.
They are small.
Ones.
They are small.
We're fine.
Yes. I made small, very small holes for each foam panel that's in the wall. It's great. We have this amazing decor. It's great.
Josh's collection over the years.
Yeah, and you guys won't see them, but I have all the Halo Icons figures from the Legendary crates.
Yep.
Sitting along this side as well. And then I want eventually, Will, I don't know if you know this, but there was a previous Halo line.
Yes.
Of Funko Pops. And they are very expensive.
They are very expensive now.
Yes.
I've looked myself and
it's insane.
Yeah.
Our buddy Dom got me the Halo 4 Master Chief that's sitting right closest to Will. And then these just came out in the second wave. And then Will, you and I were able to get the gold one from Halo Outpost Discovery, so that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just really excited about this space. I'm really excited for everybody else to see this space. And you know what, Will? I think there's a question you want to ask me.
What do we have on this episode, Josh?
Yeah, see, like how I transitioned you into that transition, I thought it was great. You're welcome. I'm here for you. On this episode of HCS Pro Talk Live, I'm not going to do that every time. Don't worry about it. It's okay. We have just a lot of other game news to talk about first and foremost, specifically with Gears of War, and then CDL London is happening literally right now.
Yeah, as we speak.
Which is awesome. And then other than that, I mean, we got the HCS Pro Talk Community All-Star Bracket, or HPTCASB for short. Matchup number 14, our last semifinal results at Snakebite going up against Lethal. And then the big daddy of them all, the HCS Pro Talk Community All-Star Bracket, or HPTCASB for short. Matchup number 15, it's our grand final. It's Snipe Down going up against, I don't know.
We'll have to wait and see.
Well, hey, I like it. And we also have some other Halo stuff to talk about.
We're going to find out who won our bracket challenge.
Yes, next week.
Next week, once the votes are in.
Yes.
We'll announce it. You'll get that backpack. We'll get in contact with whoever it is. And t-shirt, yes.
Yeah. So Tom and I got to get on the ball making a t-shirt. But actually, this is good because we have to ask what size the person wants when they win. So I think it'll work out well. And then also, we have the return of, for the third week in a row, the Reflection Corner.
I think it's your new favorite.
I do. And you know what's funny? So shout out to Marlon. You know who you are. He put a comment on our YouTube channel for the last episode, and he said he would love to do a soundbite for the Reflection Corner, and I told him to do that, send it in, and then I can't guarantee that we'll use it, but I think if it's awesome, which it probably will be, we could use it. So,
all right.
Yeah. Marlon, make that. Send it into us. I think it'd be great. And then finally, if you're watching live right now over on twitch.tv/HCS Pro Talk, which you should be, duh. Stay tuned to the end of the show. We have a live Q&A that we're going to be doing after this week and every week. So it's exciting stuff. Oh, and then somebody said that we should put a logo, like we should have a sign for our logo up here. Well, guess what? Due to the magical work of editing and OBS, we do have one. It's there. It's not real, but it's there. It's there in our hearts. You know? Yes. It is what it is. The other thing I'm going to say is I know that we are also recording this as an audio version of the show, which will go out too, but I'm just going to ask for people who are here, who are watching live, let us know if there's any issues with audio, with video, so on and so forth. This is the first time we're doing this live. We just want to know if everything's good to go. And if it's not, let us know. And that's that. But without further ado, let's start the show off with some COD, another games to watch. Ooh, first time that one too. It's good stuff. I'll just wait for Will's Adventure. It's going to be a hoot. First and foremost, we got Minnesota Rocker presents Saga. So for those who don't know, this is like a, Will, did you watch Optic's Vision series at all?
No, I never did.
Okay. I mean, obviously the Optic of yesteryear is no more, but those videos, production quality wise, were fantastic. Gave people like a little bit of a bigger insight as to the behind the scenes of the team. And since Optic was such a big organization, it technically still is a big organization. They have teams in different esports. Vision focused on every esport that they're basically in, every major esport, right? Yep. So Minnesota Rocker, the Call of Duty League team that we have here in Minnesota, they are starting their own series of videos called Saga, which is basically like Optic Vision, but for Minnesota Rocker. They released episode 0, which is like an intro, and then episode 1, I just put up a 2, I meant 1.
It's technically their second episode. But
yeah, you got me.
I know what you're going for.
You got me. Shout out to everybody that worked on those, including Trevor Vobble. You know who you are, sir. Yeah. They are fantastic. I love them. So if anybody has not seen them yet, highly recommend you go ahead and do so. Then we also have The Hunt episode 1 addressing the Optic and Empire rivalries. So this is the Chicago Huntsman's version of Optic's Vision, which used to be Hex Optic, but now it's Hex Huntsman. So it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Episode 1's out. CDL London. Have you been watching it all?
A little bit.
Okay. What do you think so far?
It's fine. The crowd's rowdy.
They are. They're very rowdy.
I was reading comments on YouTube, which I shouldn't, but
it's okay.
A lot of people were like, "Oh, this brings a bad name to Call of Duty for them being, because they're yelling like "Shut up, Maeve," and they're being disrespectful towards people." But it's a sports crowd, like that's
sure.
So I guess where do you draw that line?
Right.
Because they are being like, when Maven's talking, they're just shouting "Shut up, Maven" the whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, I like Maven.
Yeah. So and they were booing one of the announcers that was like talking on the floor.
Sure.
I forget her name, but
Frankie?
Yeah, Frankie.
Yeah.
I think they were booing her at one point for something or other.
Very disrespectful.
And it's like, come on, I get it. You're out there having fun, but do it in a respectful way.
And the other funny thing is that Paris Legion has a member on their team who is from London, and they were booing him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, it wasn't, sure, part of it was his decision, but he is probably just happy to be picked up by a team in the first place.
Right.
So you're going to boo him for being on, fuck him, whatever.
That's like when we had the home series here. And
yes, we did.
We booed the LA Gorillas right away. We booed Toronto. I wasn't part of that.
Who also lost both their matches.
I saw.
Fuck you, Wakes. Don't listen to this show. Anyway, who cares?
I didn't boo the team. I booed Aches when he was spouting off towards us.
Well, did you hear the crowd? They told him to go home. They said go home, Aches.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And I mean, he is playing that role, the villain for the league. It like we said, it creates those storylines and drama.
Sure,
makes people want to watch. So, but there's a line, right? I feel like the London crowd, while I do enjoy their hype and their excitement for the league, I think they're crossing some lines.
They are.
For me, at least. Maybe not for other people.
Sure. And they also said they've been hyping up this event as the crowd being really amped up.
Yeah.
Because people complain that Minnesota wasn't. So, I mean, you get what you get, right?
We're too Minnesota nice.
We are, apparently. We're too Minnesota passive-aggressive. So, that is that. So, like we said, CDL London is still going on right now. You can tune in. The thing that I'll say is that so they have a hype match of their own. Okay, remember how ours got canceled because of time? So we were supposed to have one on Friday night, but because the event went on too long, they didn't have, or was that Saturday?
At this point, it's a blur. I can't remember. I think it was supposed to be Saturday.
Yeah, and then we were going to have a hype match as well, but due to Kobe's passing, we had two professional basketball players who were supposed to play in the matchup, and due to Kobe's passing and wanted to reflect on all that, they decided to cancel that one as well. Fully understandable. Yeah. So realistically, this was the first hype match of the CDL was going to be taking place at CDL London. And the thing that I'll say is that while, yes, they kept the crowd engaged as much as they could, the fact that we went to so many different breaks, because one of the players that was supposed to be in that hype match was in the Challenger Series and was still playing. So, like, no fault to him. He was doing what he's doing. You know, he's competing. It's nothing against that. It's just, again, another kind of poorly planned thing here. I guess you can't really lock those things into place considering where they're going to be in Challengers, but, you know, maybe something could have been planned a little bit better there. But other than that, I think I'm enjoying the matches a lot. Seattle got their first win, so congratulations to them. Dallas got one or two wins as well. I think two because they're in the bracket. And yeah, just some great matches that are actually taking place. London won their first two. Good to see considering they're the home team. Can't say the same about the Dallas Fuel in the Overwatch League because they did not win all their matches. So
I haven't watched any of the Overwatch League this year.
It's a lot to follow. And Chris Puckett's not there anymore, which is unfortunate.
I thought he was.
No, I don't think he's in Overwatch.
He tweeted something about Overwatch this weekend. Yes.
Oh, maybe he is. I just didn't see him on yesterday. Well, if he is, then awesome. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully Dallas picks it up later on in the year. We'll see. We don't have a Minnesota Overwatch team, and I like Dallas's logo. So there's that. All right, next piece of news here. Gears of War's boss leaving will now oversee Diablo. This is by Luke Plunkett of Kotaku over on Kotaku.com, and I quote, Rod Ferguson, who has been working on Gears of War since the series' inception, and who most recently has been in charge of the entire franchise, has announced he's leaving Microsoft Shooter behind. His next role will be overseeing Diablo at Blizzard instead. He announced the news via a couple of tweets. Quote, I began working on Gears of War over 15 years ago, and since then, it has been the joy of my life. But now it's time for a new adventure. I leave Gears in the great hands of the Coalition and can't wait for everybody to play Gears Tactics on April 28th. And then, end quote, here's another tweet as well, quote, starting in March, I will join Blizzard to oversee the Diablo franchise. Leaving is bittersweet as I love our Gears family, the fans, and everyone at the Coalition and Xbox. Thank you. It has been an honor and a privilege to work with you all, end quote. Ferguson began his career at Microsoft in 1996 before moving to Epic in 2005. Aside from a brief stint at Irrational while development on BioShock Infinite wound up, he had managed between Epic and later Microsoft's Coalition Studio to have worked on every main Gears of War game. It's not for nothing that his Twitter handle is @GearsViking. And for those, a little history lesson here, for those who don't know, before Epic Games made Fortnite and before the Coalition was a thing, Epic Games made the Gears of War franchise under Microsoft. So in case all the youngins out there didn't know, there's some information for you. Okay, there's a reason why we're talking about this because of the next piece that we have. Speaking of Gears, this is by NRG Esports, which you want to know something really dumb, Will?
What?
You want to know how much of an idiot I am? I had no idea, and I can't believe I'm saying this live. I had no idea that NRG was energy. Did you not know either?
I never put it together.
Yeah.
It's capitalized. You just read it as NRG.
Yep, but it's energy.
All right.
So that's
all right,
that.
then.
But here's a tweet that they put out. As of today, Energy will be departing from the Gears esports scene. We'd like to thank our Gears roster for representing the hashtag Energy Fam. They're true professionals in every sense of the word, and we wish them all the best. So something that we've talked about previously in the Halo sphere, right, are organizations leaving Halo, teams getting dropped, not a lot going on within the scene, things being run poorly, so on and so forth. We've talked about it at length on this show multiple times, right?
Yeah.
Now it seems like it's transitioning into Gears. And it's unfortunate to see, considering how, I would say, how long Gears Esports has been going on for and how relevant they'd remained. The fact that every single event they'd have would have way more people watching than basically any Halo event that was going on at the time. And they had MLG's backing for the longest time as well, far long after Halo. And it sucks to see them in the state that they're in today. Energy was, that roster that was on Energy is, it's the wingest Gears roster of all time. So hopefully they get picked up soon.
I mean, with Gears Esports, we saw a decline due to lack of promotion.
Yep.
Pros didn't seem as excited about this season, this new game, as they had previously.
Right.
And it's kind of the same trend we've seen with Halo, where things just didn't seem to track well.
I agree.
And it just fell apart.
I agree.
You got orgs leaving because I feel like the main reason orgs are in it, they want to make money, right? But they also want to promote their brand.
Yes.
They make money through jersey sales, et cetera, all that. And if your esport isn't thriving, what's going to keep an org staying?
Absolutely. Couldn't agree better myself. Well, couldn't have said it better myself, and I agree completely. Will, that's it for COD and Other Games Watch. It's time for some competitive news. First and foremost, it's been a long time coming as well, and we finally have information. The Halo Draft League announced the spring season 2020. This is by QX. This is on Discord, so there's no link to a story here, but this is the information from Discord. Quote, I'm very excited to announce the spring season 2020 of HDL. This season, we're experimenting with a slightly different format, and I will explain below. Some quick details, though. It's going to be on Halo 5 HCS settings. Registration for the Halo Draft League Spring 2020 season begins February 8th, so it already has begun, and will end on the 20th of February, so you have a little bit of time to register. We are currently planning on having 12 teams, but that is variable depending on the amount of interest and signups. We'll be using Battlefy.com as a hosting service for the season, as it'll allow live scores, rosters, and free agent pool updates. Oh,
that's nice.
That's very nice. Helps us a lot, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Signups will be through a link provided later today. We need captains. If you would like to be one, please talk to any admin. This season will last for 11 weeks, from after the draft until playoffs. For this season, we'll be having 2 3-week stages with a relegation system in place. We're also going to be bringing back the Champion and the Challenger Leagues, but in a very different format that I will explain below. So, from February 21st to the 23rd, the draft will occur on one night during that time period in the same system as before. 28th through the 1st, so the end of February into March, relegation tournament will occur on one of these dates using a Swiss system to determine the 8 teams going into the Champion League for the first stage of season play. The remaining teams will be relegated to the Challenger League. The 2nd to the 22nd of March, the first stage of season play. So, Champion League. Teams will play 2 series a week with open scheduling. No more restricted days. And Challenger League. Teams will play a round-robin style league of 1 match a week to determine seeding for upcoming relegation stage. So, the 27th and through the 29th of March, the relegation stage. The bottom 4 teams of the Champion League will face off against the Challenger teams in a Swiss-style relegation tournament. The top 4 teams advance to Champion League. The 30th to the 19th, so the end of March into April, the second stage of season play, it's the exact same as the first stage. There's a break period from the 20th to the 30th of April, and then the 1st to the 3rd of May, playoffs will occur on one of these days. It will be a double elimination tournament based on seeding of season play. So just as a recap of the Champion versus Challenger leagues, there is only one HDL league. Champion just denotes the 8 teams in regular season play, and Challenger the 4 relegated teams. Do not fear if you are relegated to start or become relegated. You can always make your way out of relegation at the halfway point, and if your team becomes relegated, your matches in the second half of the season will determine seeding for playoffs. More exact details, including a rulebook PDF, will be coming soon, but start getting hyped since HDL is back. It's back, baby!
Nice.
I'm excited.
I'm glad they're sticking with Halo 5.
You are indeed.
Oh, are you not happy?
No, I am. Funny thing, because in the reflection corner, we're going to be talking about that a little bit more.
Are we going through the whole Halo cycle where end of the life cycle, everyone hates it? We get past it. Oh, wait, it wasn't that bad.
I don't know,
All right.
man.
All right.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Hey, I used it too. Let's go. All right, next piece of news. Griffball Play Griffball, host of the AGLA, the American Griffball League of America, announces the Mixer Comedy Crew presents DJ Blue PDX's Community Amateur PC Griffball Tournament. That's a mouthful.
It's almost like they need some letters to shorten that up.
This is my Rage More Nerd. Shout out to Brian. And I quote, grab 4 players and sign up via the link below. Let's see what happens. This event is played in Halo Reach on PC, available now via Steam or Windows Store, free with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for PC. The winning team of 4 will receive a Logitech G Pro Series 10 keyless keyboard and mouse combo, and an A40 PC Edition headset each. Max 4 players per team. Hot damn! That's some prizes.
That's a pretty good prize.
Those are great. See rules in the forum linked below, and best of luck. I'll be shoutcasting the event, which starts at 2 p.m. Pacific U.S. time on Saturday, February 15th. For the game types and maps to practice in customs, reach out to @RageMoreNerd, @Ugloff, @Menz, or myself, and we can help you find them. That's on Discord, by the way. That's in the Play Griffball Discord. And then, please note, this inaugural tournament is intended for PC players new to Griffball. Players who have participated in the console leagues prior to the release of Halo Reach on PC are prohibited from participating in this first PC event. If the current season is your first league experience, you are eligible to compete. Looking forward to seeing who's going to win this. And then there's a form to sign up in the Google Doc of the Shownotes of the show, and also in the Play Griffball Discord. Check that out as well. And join the Halo Draft League Discord too if you haven't already. Both are fantastic places to be. The final piece of competitive news. Michelin announces their next event. This is by Michelin over on Twitter, and I quote, Halo Reach 2v2 LAN, March 28th through the 29th in Sturgis, Michigan. I wonder why it's in Michigan. I would never guess that. And then it's $50 per team. More details are coming soon. So stay tuned for that. We'll probably talk about it on the show. That's it for the competitive news. Upcoming tournaments of the week presented by noobcombo.com. Go to noobcombo.com for all your Halo esports needs. Shout out to Maddie. He's also doing a little bit of a different format on his website, by the way. So he's just going to leave links to news stories that come out and so on and so forth instead of giving summaries. Even though, Maddie, if you ever listen to this, I'm telling you this right now. I like those recaps. I did a lot. Especially with the throwback throwdown events that took place. He
Even when it's not in there, you have to find a way to add it, huh?
I do. I love it so much. No, but seriously, I thought it was great to have like that synopsis of the game types that were being run during the event. I thought that was great to have.
It was nice.
Yes. So, Maddie, I hope that doesn't discourage you from doing it in the future. Would love to see those make a return. But those upcoming tournaments that we're going to talk about, here they are. Wednesday, February 12th, we have the Game Sharks and Penn Halo Reach 2v2. Check out the link. And then we have on Sunday, February 16th, we have the Microsoft Store Halo Reach 2v2 and the SWAT Nation Don't SWAT Cupid 4v4. Check out all that stuff. Links to everything will be in the Google Doc of the Shownotes of the show. What do we got next? Roster Mania!
All right, it's time for some Roster Mania. First on the list, we have Europa Halo Double Down team announcement. And the team is... It's A4D?
Yep.
And it's Jimbo and Wonderboy.
It is.
So there you go. Next up, we have the DreamHack Anaheim free agent and partial team list by Veronica. It's a Google Doc or Google Sheet, I guess you would say. And let's go through them once again. We have Midshot, J-Rock, Mudshot, Nebzandi, Yoswaggy Pete, Magic, Phantom Snake, Pollock, Crossfire, Skaduff, Mike Fathom, Eddie, Sussa, Sweet, Just the OG, Synapse, Kevin Clutch, Shinedown, 60804, Nade Fox, Wargwa, Trekka, Yoltz Yop, Mad Cow, RB6784, Banging Models, Devin Vert, Paluski, Captain Choke. We have Hillian, Dread Takedown, Very Nerdy, Poseidon BR, Terminal Abyss, Cherished, Cavalier, obviously Queen, Phasal 2, Travels of Dan, Repub 5s, Young Sue, TM Tenacity, a Cisco Disco, De Suave Man, Ventacall, and there's more. Lieutenant Condor, a Wild Panther, Xavier, J Gravity, Swell Air, It's Renru, Diverk, Venom, Alleged, Tranquil, Vitamins, Repadori, Don't Be Sinful, Swifty Swiss, Dark Scorch 2, DC Baby, Iromel, and Kinetics. In the team of twos, we have Schlags and Sacrifice, Nikolai and Benji, Wily Coyote and King Durling, Lycane and Venomous, Floppy and Kolek, The Phantom and Jackson 5, and then System Stats and Riot. On to team of threes, we have Crisp, Restrict, and Catastrophe, Dren, Smoked, and Monstrous, and again, still in the team of three, should be in the team of twos, I should say, Zero Steezy and Barry Loves You.
Does Barry love me?
I guess he does. I mean, it's in his name.
Thanks, Barry.
And the last piece of roster mania here, we do have a DreamHack Anaheim roster. This was based on the qualifiers. We'll see if this carries over into the actual event. But it's Team Infinite, and it included Ryan Noob, Rain, King Nick, and Reliable.
Very nice.
So some shakeups there. We'll see if that... who was on that roster before? I'm spacing.
Well, I thought it was the same roster. I thought it just got picked up by Infinite now.
Gotcha.
Maybe, I think that's what it is. I'm not entirely certain. I could be completely wrong. Did the Google Doc update for you?
And just added. Well, I was reading. We have Tourney Times Mythic Swatentine 2v2 rosters. It's a Google Doc that Josh is going to have me read through again.
Yeah, so the tournament is taking place while we record this episode.
Okay.
So I wanted to just provide the rosters anyway, because we'll have results next week. Because like I said, the tournament's happening like right now. So obviously we can't talk about the results because they haven't taken place yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Will. Oh, whoa. Jesus. Whoa!
Josh almost spilled his water all over the mixer.
That would have been terrible.
Let's
just say it didn't happen, so right. We don't have to worry about it. It's fine.
Let's get through these team names here.
Do it up.
So first team name is SK, and it's FS Kakashi and Simply Fear Me. Second team is OG Brothers, which is Chunk the Deuce and Dog My Bad Eye. Golden Dawn includes NSG Cereal and Smoke Ya Dig. Number one, your Ragin' fans is NWK and Llama Lotion. Walmart Greeters includes...
Oh my God. What a name.
It includes Chunky Butt 7501.
What a name.
And Gun Lane.
Okay, that one's not as good. I'm sorry.
Dripping Luck is Lucky Tegan and Drip Drip Double. Not Fast, Just Furious. It's Prof and Reed Harv and 007.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
We have Maze Boys. This is Ash's Fade and Is Pit Big Facts. Okay. We have MC Sweatballs, Zombie AZF, and Nafburger.
Oh my God, these names.
Team Mystery, CS Snipetanious and A Sinful Soul. Team That's My Purse, Dark Maven and Molly Drinks. Team 2 Clutch is Sucka and Pharaoh 2 Clutch. Hungarian BRs, Eurasian and the Gold Star BR. Shake My Head, it's SMH My Head, so Shake My Head, My Head. Halogen and Tyrant.
Is there a reason why people say that?
I have no idea. There's got to be something.
MH?
There's got to be something out there.
Right? Urban Dictionary.
Second to none is XOX Crystal XOX and Soul Hunter. SWAT Kittens, Warrior and Merly. I'm going to go with Merly.
Okay.
Beastie Boys, Barbie Boy and Beastnare.
Beastnare.
SMH My Head 2.
Oh my God.
Is Shabby Dagger and Mock It Squashy.
Well, okay, so they shake their head as well.
Yeah.
They just don't shake their head again.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
All right.
Next team is SWAT Thoughts, This is Veronica and Minx. We have Team Fob and the other guy, which is Spar and Fob. One Shot Mafia, Mossman and Lurker. TSS Esports, Segbura and TSS Rambo. Team Found is Bound and Falcated. And then Lil Wolf is Wolfman254 and Lil G13. That's what we go with.
I like it. Can I give a prediction here?
Yeah.
Found wins.
Yeah. They've been dominating. They've been dominating.
That's the only reason why I said that.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right. That's all we have for Roster Mania this week.
I promise you, that's all. That is all.
Is that all?
Yes.
That's actually all?
I didn't add anything. Don't worry. Everything's fine. With that, would you mind letting the folks know what we got for tournament league recaps of the week?
Yes, we have the AGLA weekly match results. Griffballs Deep won over Jankyard Dukes, and Jankyard Dukes won over Respawn All-Stars.
Did you notice something here?
The DreamHack Anaheim Qualifier 4 results, or what?
No, that I couldn't say the T team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't play.
It's unfortunate.
Next week.
There are no matches next week.
The week after. All right, DreamHack Anaheim Qualifier number 4. I should have my Words Are Hard Today shirt on.
You should have. It's okay.
Let's start off with the 9th through 16th teams. We have Lux Gaming, which was Goofy, Gabriel, Gilkey, and Blaze. Swagger Like Us, Thrust, Winter, Hunter JJX, and Tragic. Pigpen. I need to zoom in. Triton JB, Its Name, Rob the Turtle, and Filthy G.
I like Rob the Turdy better.
You know.
Should change his name at that point. That's fantastic.
Clockwork 2020 was Costa, Violence, Busta, and Faker with a bunch of numbers I'm not going to read. Unlimited International, Fluximus, Tapping Buttons, Moe's, and Respectful. Scandinavian Vikings included Hercules, MC versus Arbiter, Crossman, and Quachi. And then Guardians Gaming was Queen, Dren, Phasal 1, and Phasal 2. In 5th through 8th, we had Crowd Pleasers, Denoxide, Kratos, Suspector, and Straight Sick. Falling Esports, Neighbor, Commonly, Sabinator, and Hysteria. Incognito was Renegade, Saiyan, Pistola, and Neptune. And then Status Quo 2020 was Flamesword, Jimbo, Arcanum, and Squall-Eye. In 3rd and 4th, we had Mantra, which was Spartan, Falcated, Ace, and Boobadooboo. And then Team Unlimited, which was Eco, Trippy, Penguin, and Stellar. In 2nd place was your Infinite Squad, Rain, Ryan Noob, King, Nick, and Reliable. And in 1st place, Tox Gaming, if you don't know him by now, Snakebite, Royal 2, Lethal, and APG.
I do have to say, I love... Okay, well... So we're going to have our DreamHack Anaheim preview next week. Okay?
Yes.
So that's going to be the majority of what next week's show is. But I will say right off the bat, I do love how... Like at least these top 4 teams are kind of neck and neck here.
Yeah.
I like this a lot.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of back and forth on who's coming in that 2nd, 3rd place.
Right, so we could definitely see some shakeups. Yeah.
It all depends on how the groups and brackets lay out for the start of the tournament.
Right, because we don't even know that yet. I mean, this is the last qualifier. So now that they have that information, seeds are complete.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. I'm very excited though. Yes, this is our only reach event that we're going to get as of right now because nothing else has been announced, right?
Yeah.
But you just read Justin's comment.
I did.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So for those who don't know as well, for those who are watching live, we have a TV that's up here and we're able to see chat and whatnot too. We're not responding until the end of the show because we want to keep this as fluid as possible, like to go through. But also, you know what's really funny? You know, I completely forgot to introduce this at the beginning of the show.
You did?
Yeah, I did. So, my name is Josh, a.k.a. JK Fire.
It's too late now.
This week, I'm joined by the man in the infinite jersey.
Envy.
Oh, no! In the Envy jersey, Will, a.k.a. I am Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you doing halfway through the show?
I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there.
That's good.
It's getting a little toasty in here.
It is. My head's starting to sweat with this hat on.
Yeah. You know, studio lights, hot computer.
There's a lot. Yeah,
Computer's
running hot.
That's why I went with the lightweight jersey. I knew it would get toasty.
And I wear darker colors.
Yeah,
because I'm the smart one.
That's
You wear the light colored airy jersey. I wear the dark colored shit. This is great. Oh my god! All right, and we're back halfway through the show. All right, well, it's time for our topics. First and foremost, we have The HCS Pro Talk Community All-Star Bracket, or HPTCASB for short, matchup number 14 results. It's Snakebite going up against Lethal. Drum roll, please. Guess what?
It was close.
It was. It was closer than I thought it was going to be. But Lethal's taking it home with 57.8% of the vote. Snakebite getting 42.2%, going home with nothing. See you later. And which means we have our grand final matchup. It's our HCS Pro Talk Community All-Star Bracket HPTCASB for short matchup number 15. Our grand final. I did not expect this happening. No? I did not expect this. I don't think I did. I don't think when we went through this, I don't think I expected this happening. But we have one of the biggest and probably one of the longer standing Halo rivalries of all time. It's Snipe Down going up against Lethal in our grand final.
I'm happy it ended this way. This
is weird.
It's gonna be great.
It is. I mean, I hope it's going to be great, because the question is whether or not they take skill into account here, because you already know what I'm going to say. I've said it for how many other weeks now?
You're on Lethal's side.
I am.
I like Snakebite as a person better. Or Snipe Down. I said Snakebite.
I do like Snakebite as a person better than Lethal.
I guess I don't know them personally, but Snipe Down's out there. He's streaming. He's grinding. He's doing Apex.
Lethal's streaming that Halo.
He is. I guess I don't tune in as much.
I don't know how consistent though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, this is one we just got to leave to Twitter. I feel like we've said enough about these players, but
I think so too.
Yeah,
Twitter, don't fail me.
I feel like more people are on the side of Snipe Down.
I will say this: if they are more on the side of Snipe Down, I'm just gonna throw a little tease out here. None of the brackets that were submitted had Snipe Down winning at all. I'll leave it at that.
Fair enough.
Maybe they had Lethal, maybe they didn't.
Who was on that side?
We can go back and look.
Okay, so honestly, I was surprised Royal 2 went out.
Yep.
When he did.
Yep, I agree.
So therefore, it kind of makes sense where things fell as they went. But yeah, there were some shakeups. So Twitter, do your thing. We will put the poll out on Wednesday, or
it'll be earlier.
Yep.
So this is going to be new too. So now that we do this, so we used to just record the show on Sunday afternoons, and then the episode would release on Mondays. Well, like middle of the night Sunday into Monday, and then we would post. We know. They would go middle of the night Monday into Tuesday. We'd post the link on Tuesday, and then we post the topic on Wednesday. Now we're doing everything on Sunday.
Yeah.
Everything.
Episode releases on Sunday.
Yep. So if you're watching live, you get to see it live, and then we'll take the VOD and put it up on YouTube same day. It'll go up during the night, though, because it takes time to process and upload, right?
Yep.
And then podcast services is going to be, again, Sunday night into Monday morning. So it's all going out right away. And that's that, which means, I guess, topic on Tuesday? Monday, Tuesday?
Yeah, Monday or Tuesday.
Okay. So stay tuned for the tweet. That's what we'll say.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for our normal topics. It's time for the return for the week 3 of the Reflection Corner. And so I threw out a Twitter poll, Will, as well, just before we started doing the show.
Okay.
And I asked the folks whether or not they want Ranty Josh to make a return this week.
Oh boy.
Because there was something I did not include in the show notes previously, because I didn't know if I wanted to have Ranty Josh come out, because I didn't know if I wanted to give this person the quote unquote spotlight on the show, because I just didn't want to. But then I'm like, you know what? I think it deserves to be said, because I'm going to scream, and God damn, did this irritate me like no other. Because it's a topic that we've talked about ad nauseum. And we're not talking about right now, but just stay tuned. So the poll results came in. We're doing Ranty Josh. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be exciting. But first piece of the Reflection Corner. We have HCS attendance and then how to effectively communicate. Okay. So HCS attendance. This is a tweet from Moses. It started out, HCS attendance over the past year. He included a graphic. We'll include the tweet in the Google Doc, the show notes of the show. And then number of teams at DreamHack Anaheim, over under 45. So before we get into the replies, Will, over under 45 teams competing at DreamHack Anaheim. What do you think?
So in the qualifiers, we had about 40 to 45 teams. It makes me think, looking at past attendance, usually a few more teams show up than what was actually in the qualifiers. Now, because we have open bracket, whatnot, pool play.
Right.
But man, Anaheim, when's the last time there was an Anaheim event?
I don't know.
I'm going to say it's good. That's a really good number. 45. It could literally be 43 or 46 that show up. That's so hard to pick. I'm going to go under. I'm just going to have to say under.
Me too.
From just the way Halo esports have been going lately, it's unfortunate, but I got to say under. And plus the money's not there.
Right. And it's on Halo Reach on PC, and it's allowing for more than one input method.
Yes. And
realistically, mouse and keyboard are still at a disadvantage. So
technically, yes, they are.
There's that. Okay, so he put that out. Respectful replied with, opinion on the state of the game after Anaheim, or as in what's going to happen? Moses replied with, not really sure, to be honest. Hard to imagine they'd have another Reach event, but there's nothing else we can switch to. And the Infinite beta doesn't come out for at least 4+ months. Now, Moses does not know if and when there is going to be an Infinite beta. That is just based on...
just speculation.
Exactly. And I guess I could agree with that too, considering we're getting closer. We're inching closer and closer to that E3 date. So we'll see what happens here. Vito replied with, all right, well, we've rotated and brought all the games back. I think it's time for Halo 5 again. Lethal replied with, it is hitting about that time in the cycle where the last game is randomly brought back by people and played for a month or two. I'd say by May and June, it'll be official. Will.
Interesting.
Do you think Halo 5 comes back to be the competitive game for 1 to 2 events before Infinite releases?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to go with no.
That was a hard no.
They have Halo 1, 2, 2A, 3 coming out on PC.
4?
No.
4?
It's not going to happen.
4?
It's not going to happen. But I could definitely see a H2A competitive scene arising and maybe getting a tournament out of that before Infinite.
There's a this is going to sound stupid, but there's a large vocal minority that's out there that's talking about how they want H2A events. They talked about it before when Reach was on the way to come out. They're like, no, we want H2 or H2A. That's what we want. And I'm like, I'd like to see some H2A events. I think that'd be cool.
I feel like we've gone through, we're having Reach events. Why couldn't we have the next tournament be a H1 event, then H2A? And then a 3 event, and then 4, but I doubt. We could try, but I don't think the player base is there.
But 4 will.
It's
not a competitive game. It's fine.
Yes.
Yeah. I came to terms with that years ago. It's not a competitive game.
And then we could lead up. We can go through literally every game leading up, and then Infinite releases.
Well, wasn't it Tashi who was also talking about? He put out a tweet or something that was maybe it's in the 5 years of HCS blog post. But I thought that he said something about wanting to have a tournament where all the games are represented.
Sure.
I thought that was a thing that existed. I don't know.
How big would that space have to be, though, if you're running multiple tournaments for multiple games?
What if it's not multiple tournaments for multiple games and it's one tournament featuring all games? That's what I'm thinking he was talking about.
You'd have to be the most well-rounded Halo player out there.
We already got him. It's lethal. Hey, post your vote in the Twitter poll on Monday or Tuesday. I'm just kidding.
That would be interesting.
It would be very interesting.
Because just imagine if you had someone who hated Reach and you come to that Reach portion of the tournament. That could be their downfall. It's the one player who's not good at Reach. And they couldn't.
Oh my God. I just thought of something. What if they did? So remember the HCS Invitational, right?
Yes.
Where it had all the cool side stuff that was happening. It was a really cool, well-run event. Because it was by HCS. But that's besides the point. What if they did something like that where it's one tournament, right? One tournament.
Mm-hmm.
All the games are represented, excluding Halo 4. Okay, because we know that game's not competitive. Excluding that, as much as it pains my heart. But one tournament, all games except H4, leads up to and includes the Infinite Beta.
At the end?
At the end. The very end.
You could also do a side, like, Halo 4 BTB match.
Ooh, that'd be sick!
Get your caster match going in Halo 4.
Yes! Have the rematch of Golden Boy versus Walshy.
Yes.
That'd be sick.
There you go.
The big team battle bonanza!
And it's Halo 4, so it's fun. It's light-hearted. It's not super...
Yes.
There you go.
You can have your Call of Duty loadouts. It's great.
Yeah.
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 Okay,
but that's a no. But that's a no that Halo 5 comes back.
I don't think it does.
Okay.
I just don't see it.
I would entertain the idea, but I'm with you. I don't see it either. Because like you said, we have the other games that are coming out throughout the year.
Yeah.
Now, according to what we're hearing, it sounds like a lot of the work on H1 is done. Like, it sounds like they made some phenomenal progress on that. Now, granted, it already had released on PC at one time before, but this is basically rebuilding it, right? Kind of like Reach was. So it'll be cool. I'm anxious to see how that all works out. But maybe we're closer to one's release than maybe some people think. Therefore, if we are, now here's the shitty part, because so DreamHack happens, right? We're 2 weeks away. DreamHack happens unless there's a monumental shift in their announcements to Halo 1. Because people want announcements, right? We want to know what the next event's going to be, and I don't think we're going to know. I don't think they announce anything at DreamHack, and I don't think it's going to be shortly thereafter. Unless, like I said, within the next 2 weeks we have flighting. So, spoiler alert, we're going to talk about it later, but Postum says that if everything goes according to plan, flighting will begin for the Reach fixes that they've been working on and Halo 1 next week. Or technically this week, because this is Sunday. Okay? So let's say everything is super smooth. They come out with the flight. Everything's working like intended. Everything's great, right? Yeah. And as we're well aware, let's make sure this is cleared here. When we're flighting something, that build is a lot older than what is currently being worked on by the devs.
Yes.
Therefore, if flighting goes really well, then that's already an older version of what they're still working on. Okay? Probably much older. Therefore, if everything goes well, we might be positioned well to have H1 come out relatively soon. I'm not going to put a date on it. I have no idea. I don't even have a guess. But I'm going to say relatively soon, and then hopefully after that, we get an announcement for an event immediately. Like, we need something here, because it's just, oh man, it's gonna be real hard if nothing gets talked about right after DreamHack. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen, man. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. But you know what? I'm gonna ask myself the same question. I don't think Halo 5. No.
Doesn't return?
I don't think it does. Like I said, I'd entertain the idea. I think it'd be awesome, but I don't think it will.
As a spectator, I enjoy watching it a lot.
It is, yeah. The game is not bad, people.
We have HDL, so that'll hold me over until we get Infinite, I suppose.
Right, and then you have the Project Brazil. They're running Halo 5 tournaments all the time, FFAs mainly, but there's stuff there. There's always stuff there. SWAT Nation's always coming in hot with the tournaments. It's great. Okay. Oh, here we go. So, how to effectively communicate. This is not where Ranty Josh comes in. That's going to be in a little bit here. But how to effectively communicate. This is important. So Moses went on Twitter and stated, "You might not like my methods, but that's how you get shit done. If you see something wrong, say something. Closed mouths don't get fed." And he included screenshots of his tweets and getting replied to, not getting replied to directly, but things happening in reference to what he did.
Yeah, shortly after.
Yes.
I did see that.
Right? So Tashi replied with, always appreciate some good reminders. And then Sketch replied with, may not always agree with some of your takes, but I always appreciate your real talk and frankly some harsh truths at times. All coming from a place I view as just wanting the best and success for the scene and players. Fist bump. Now, Dream Big, Risk Big replied with, personally, I think Tashi and HCS should have Moses run the social media accounts. Nobody can deny he isn't passionate and has the right mindset for how to use it. He'd be valuable and do a damn good job with awareness. How does a company not recognize this? So Tashi replied with, respect Moses a lot, and he has a lot of great ideas, but love the person we have right now and the capabilities he has when it comes to graphic and content creation. We have been super impactful in ways the community does not realize. Very true. And then Moses even replied with this, with an arrow pointing up to Tashi's comment. Yep. I hate when people say I should be running the social media because it wouldn't be fair to the community. There are a ton of people way more qualified and with more experience. I'm just good at making fun esports content plus filling gaps. And that's what we were talking about before. Moses tells the fucking truth. Plain and simple. You don't like it? Move on. You don't have to look at his tweets. You can mute them. Yeah, that's all it is. But he speaks the truth. And like Sketch said, he may not like how sometimes he comes off, but frankly, he speaks the truth. It is what it is. We're in a fucking dire situation here. Okay? I went on a fucking rant about how qualifiers aren't ran well. Okay? That's how long it's been since we've had a major event. I'm ranting about qualifiers, people. Good Lord. All right. And then there's an article here I want people to go out and read. It's a lengthy one, but it's very important. How to be heard by game developers. The right way and wrong way to give feedback about your favorite games. This is by Jennifer Schrull. I totally butchered that last name. She's a Polygon. I included the link in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show. Please check it out. That's that. It's great. It's very long, but it's very informative. It's very important. Go read it. That's what I'll say. All right, Will, are we ready for this?
No, I'm not. I'm just going to scoot away.
Into the ether. Sprint in Infinite.
It's back.
It's fucking back. I thought we laid this shit to rest.
It's never going to be laid to rest.
Until people see it as Sprint. And then guess what they're going to do? Guess what they're going to do, Will?
Play it.
They're going to play the fucking game. I don't understand this. All right. Here's Ranty Josh for you. So Moses puts out this tweet. And guess what, guys? It's a very important tweet. He states, Halo Infinite will 100% have Sprint. You can count on it. I hate to be that guy, but 343's target market isn't 30-year-old Halo 2 and Halo 3 players. The game will be built with Zoomers in mind. That doesn't mean to be bad. I mean, that doesn't mean it'll be bad. A Halo game doesn't need to be Halo 2, Halo 3 clone to be good. Thank you! Vito replied with, as much as I dislike it as a mechanic because it adds nothing to the game, people who think Sprint is the biggest problem Reach, H4, or even H5 had are so dead wrong. In fact, I'd argue that it was well implemented in H5, minus Spartan Charge. The shield regen was a solid trade-off. I fucking agree completely.
Yes.
Moses replied with, Sprint wasn't even a top 5 issue for me with Halo 5, to be honest. What killed Halo 5 for me was the maps and lack of BTB support. Moses saying lack of BTB support, people. The man spits facts. The game didn't launch with Big Team Battle. It didn't. And the maps suck balls. Oh my God. This isn't even why I'm ranting. Will, it's not. Go ahead.
Nope, just go.
Okay,
just go.
The next part is why I'm ranting. Chris Raygun on Twitter. I can't. Oh my God. He says, this is the person I didn't even want to give any attention to, but fuck it, here we go. I fully believe Halo Infinite is destined to fail if it has Sprint. Sprint de-emphasizes vehicle combat, breaks arena map design, and literally prohibits you from firing your gun in a shooter. Hold on. Will, don't even reply yet. Don't even reply yet. It gets better. And by that, I mean it gets worse. Doom 2016 proved that disregarding modern conventions makes a game stand out. It's not sprint by itself, but how it shapes the design of the game and the sandbox around it. Maps are larger to compensate for sprinting, meaning more downtime. Since your sprinting is fast, your walk speed must be painfully slow. It's far more disruptive than you realize. I'm sure it's just a coincidence that every Halo without sprint sold the best and retained the most players. I'm sure it's a coincidence that Halo 5's best playlist has sprint disabled. What the fuck are you talking about? What? Are you kidding me? Okay, let's break it down one by one. It literally prohibits you from firing your gun in a shooter. Hey, Will, question for you. Can you sprint in Call of Duty and shoot your gun?
Not.
Can you click in your thumbstick to sprint and shoot your gun at the same time?
No, you can't.
No, you cannot. The world's best-selling shooting franchise. Every single year, you cannot sprint and shoot a gun at the same time. Dude, what? Oh my God, man. Are you fucking high? I can't fathom this.
Yeah, he's reaching to find reasons why sprint shouldn't be an infinite. When he says de-emphasizes vehicle combat, I mean, not really. You can still drive a lot faster or fly in a Ghost. It doesn't change vehicle combat. Now I get where he says arena map design, right?
Sure.
Maps are bigger, but they're designed around sprint. It's how well they're designed for the mechanic.
Absolutely.
It's not game breaking. It doesn't We've gone down this road plenty of times. We've had many discussions about sprint and Halo.
Too many.
Yes, too many. I think we just pushed this one aside as one guy trying to get his voice out there.
He's not sure. He has a following though. That's the worst fucking part. I think it's because of his hot takes that he might have a following though. Like, he has a pretty substantial following on Twitter. It's just, it's annoying to me because I want to take this opportunity to talk about this because Moses is 100% correct. It's going to have sprint regardless. They're not going to quote unquote regress and take it away. They're not going to take away a mechanic that's not only been in first person shooters for a long time, but it's been in Halo for years. They're not going to do it. I don't want them to do it. I think sprint should stay. We've talked about it at length, like we've talked about multiple times on the fucking show.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the other thing I wanted to point out. I'm sure it's just coincidence that every Halo without sprint sold the best and retained the most players. Hey, Nimrod, guess what? Guess how many other first-person shooters were out at the same fucking time? Not many. Guess what? Halo 1 redefined first-person shooters on console. Halo 2 did the same thing, but for online. Halo 3 was just it took Halo 2's success and boosted it into the fucking atmosphere. Okay? The reason why they sold so well and retained so many fucking players is because Call of Duty at that time had finally just transitioned into the into the modern format. And then Call of Duty 4 became one of the biggest games of all time. You know what time? Hey, Will, question for you. You know what time Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, you know what time that released in Halo?
It was after Halo 3, wasn't it?
Oh, would you look at that? So I wonder why Halo 1 and Halo 2 sold so fucking well and retained so many fucking players. Because there weren't many other FPSs to play at the same time. What are you even talking about? Oh my God. I dare to say that the where we are right now with FPSs in general, it's a saturated market. It's a saturated market. Hey, Will, I have a question for you. What platforms can I play Apex Legends on?
Pretty much all of them.
What platforms can I play Call of Duty on?
PlayStation, Xbox, PC. You know, the same ones.
Do they have crossplay on Call of Duty?
They do now.
Oh, they do. They have crossplay. Okay. Hey, Will, what platforms can I play Fortnite on?
A ton.
Oh, on a ton. No, that's a third-person shooter, but I mean, it's a shooter regardless. Whatever. Okay. So, here's another question. What platforms can I play Halo on?
Well, it's on Xbox and it's now coming to PC.
Okay, so it'll be
eventually
on two platforms. One platform is pretty damn big. PC is I'm being serious right now. PC is pretty fucking huge. Okay.
Yeah.
But Xbox One sold. Okay, PlayStation 4. Oh, that's whoa. Oh wow, that's a huge market difference. Wow. I wonder why Halo doesn't have as many players retained as it used to. I wonder.
You can, yes. You're relating it to the Xbox's success.
Well, no, I'm relating it also to other shooters being on the market that have been out for a long time. The market being saturated, the ability to play these other shooters on other platforms too. That's what I'm relating it to.
Sure.
And then I'm sure it's coincidence that Halo 5's best playlist has sprint disabled. Well, that's clearly an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Best playlist, that's totally your opinion. If we're going to be talking about most popular playlist, I'd argue that it has sprint. Just throwing that out there, because basically every other playlist that you're not mentioning has sprint. That's all I got.
I would say,
enough.
Yeah. This guy, like you said, he has a lot of hot takes. I was just scrolling through his Twitter.
He does. He has a lot of
and
hot takes.
I think that's all he's doing is looking for reactions.
Sure, and he just got one. He got a big one.
It's
because I don't want people
you don't want people dogging Halo for no reason.
Right, and I don't want people to look at his response. If let's say they don't know, he just does hot takes all the time, right? Let's say they just don't know that, and they see that, and they're like, oh, he has a pretty decent following on Twitter. I mean, he must know what he's talking about. I'm not going to play Halo Infinite then because it's going to have sprint. Sprint must be bad for Halo. Like that's what I'm trying to get across here. We're a growing platform here. We're a growing podcast, right? The people that listen, I just want them to know that disregarding this dude's opinion, right? Let's say Halo Infinite has sprint, just like you and I think it will, okay? Like Moses said, it doesn't need to be a clone of Halo 2 and Halo 3 to be a good Halo game. It doesn't need to be a clone of Halo 2 and Halo 3 to be a good game. It just doesn't. And I'm sick and tired of seeing all these people out there being like, well, if it has sprint, I'm not fucking playing that game. The game's going to suck. Dude, you have no idea what the game's going to be like. It could not have sprint and be shit. You have no idea. I have no idea. I haven't played it. For all I know, I don't want this to happen. But let's say it comes out, it has sprint, and it's just not a good game. We're going to talk about it. And I'll sit here and I'll be like, you know what? I'm really not having that good of a time with it. Or it could be the best thing since sliced bread. And we come in here and we're like, this game is seriously fantastic. You guys really do owe it to yourself to play it. Obviously we hope it's the latter. But I want to be truthful about it, you know? And I'm sick of these people out here just spewing shit out there, and people will read it and take it as fact. It's like, come on. Anything else you want to add, Will? I'm sorry.
It's all right, man.
A lot.
It's all right. I get the frustration because I do see it. It's talked about on Twitter all the time.
It is.
Like, they're dogging Infinite. They're putting it down before it's even out. Who cares if it has sprint or not? Like,
right.
If it makes it a good game, then it's fun to play. Go play it. Like, yeah, I get the frustration.
If Halo Infinite doesn't have an AR, that game's gonna be shit. You know what other game didn't have an AR? What? Halo 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
But H2A brought it back. But no, I just you get what I'm saying. All right. Anything else you want to add?
You feel better?
I do. Yes, it's out into the world. My back is getting a little bit sweaty. It's
all right.
I got heated there. It was great.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, felt like I was hotter than this room right now. All right. Shall we move on to some regular news? So it seems like Infinite is, going. So this is by Sketch on Twitter, and he states, been pretty heads down as of late. It's a crazy and exciting time at the studio. How's everyone doing out there? Sketch! You know what we're doing out here. We're waiting.
That's all we can do.
We want info.
I think at this point, it's got to be E3. Like they're holding everything for E3.
Absolutely. They're going to be showing off the console. They're going to show off the launch games. Infinite is launching with the Series X.
I think people know that by now. They have to.
Again, these people on Twitter that just go out there.
Okay,
you
gotta
fake news. Fake news, Will.
Oh, you know what? Let them. Just let them.
Oh, I know.
And
like
I'm
I said, I
could
be wrong. I could be totally wrong. Maybe. What if it does get delayed? Then Halo Esports is dead.
Don't talk about that.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm crazy excited for E3 this year. I think it's going to be insane, and yeah, and we already know Sony's out again, so this is literally Microsoft's time to shine.
We will obviously have an E3 show.
Yes,
but my perception right now is that Sony's missing huge by not being. I know they're doing their own PlayStation experience thing offside.
Right. Well, if they are. We think they will be.
Well, we don't know.
Right. And usually that's in December, but I imagine that the consoles will come out in November.
Yeah.
So if they wait till December,
too late.
Right. That's so hard.
Yeah. This is where Microsoft can take back over.
Yep.
Say, hey, this is what we have. This is why we're going to be better, and run with it.
They have to pull out every stop.
At this point, yeah.
Now, here's the other thing. There is a rumor going out there right now. Again, this is a rumor. This is not fact. There's a rumor going out there right now that Sony's waiting for Microsoft to fully unveil everything for theirs, including price, before they put a price point on the PlayStation 5. Now, if they're waiting for that is what happened last time. Yes. And we saw what happened there. Now, it wasn't just because of the price being dramatically lower, which definitely helped. Don't get me wrong. But it was also Dan Matrick, the fucking idiot, coming out and saying that, oh, it's going to be always online. You can't do anything with this console when it's offline. And, oh, you don't have a good internet connection? Get an Xbox 360. Peace out.
That probably didn't help things.
No, he got fired. So there you go.
Yeah.
But no, that price point is huge. Because mom and dad go into a Target or a Walmart and they want the newest box. They're going to look at what's cheaper. And if that's the cheaper one for the PlayStation 5, we already know it's backwards compatible with PS4 games. That's a huge sell for them. Huge sell. Yeah,
we'll have to wait and see, Josh.
Yo, we're bringing it back. I love it. All right. Next news story, the Halo community update. This is by
Unisheck.
Hey, we get to, love that. Love that soundbite. This on Twitter. And here we go. I just concluded this piece of information. Halo 5 Guardians. Double XP is in doubles all month long for the month of February because, Valentine's Day. It's coming up. Hey, Will. I'm going to put you on the spot. You got any plans for Valentine's Day this year?
Not yet.
Me either. Moving on. The funny thing is that I think Natana and Vicky said they were going to tune in. Hopefully they're not tuning in for this.
Oh, they probably are.
Damn it. Okay. February 6th of the Mythic Rumble and Roaming King. So in other words, right now, Mythic Rumble, for those who don't remember, is the Mythic settings, but in a free-for-all format. So go ahead and check that out. February 13th, Community Slayer and Warzone Assault. February 20th, Griffball. And then February 27th, Action Sack and Warzone Turbo goes live for the weekend. March 5th, Spring 2020 Arena Season begins. That's that. Next news story, there's a flighting update. This is by Postums. We literally just talked about earlier in the show, but I'm going to go over it again. Quote, PSA, flighting has begun in rings 1 and 2. If all goes well, flighting will start to the public next week. In other words, this week.
So ring 3 is the actual flight coming out.
Correct. Correctamundo. And then the final news story of the week, Halo StatSpot makes an announcement. This is by Halo StatSpot, and I quote, we're getting an app soon.
For Halo stats?
For Halo stats,
Will.
Will.
That could be fun.
They're getting an app.
Okay.
You know who doesn't have an app?
Who?
The State Farm rep for Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
Speaking of Patrick Mahomes, the Super Bowl.
We were right.
We were right.
I thought we were wrong for a little bit.
Yep. For the first 3.5 quarters.
Yeah. if we're going to go into football talk here,
Go ahead.
Mahomes had jitters. You could tell. He was nervous. He was overthrowing. The rush was getting to him. He just couldn't do anything for the first 3 quarters. Fourth quarter came up and turned it on and was able to close it out.
Did you watch any of the NFL film stuff or any of the interviews with Andy?
I did not.
You should, because Andy, like all the analysts and all the radio show hosts were talking about how they just like Mahomes just kept throwing it and they didn't start running the ball or anything like that. And a detriment to the 49ers, they didn't run the ball when people think that they should, instead of letting Jimmy pass all the time. But in the post-game stuff and in the after interviews and the NFL film stuff and whatnot, Andy Reid just went up to him all the time and was like, just keep slinging it.
Yeah,
Every
I did
time.
hear that.
Yeah. Like the fact that your coach has that much confidence in you to know what your ability actually is to go out and get the job done. He's like, no, we're not. I mean, we'll run when we need to, but no, you go out there and you throw that fucking ball. You do what you need to do, man. And he did. It's exactly what he did. That's exactly what 49ers didn't do.
They didn't run when they should have.
No. And they also passed when they shouldn't have. But yeah, I thought the game was fantastic. It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be up until the end, like the very end. But yeah, they were what? They were 10-10 going into halftime.
Yeah.
And then it was 21-10 or something like that, or 21-17. What? I don't remember. Either way, 3.5 quarters of 49ers basically dominating. And then Patrick Mahomes, like you said, turned it on. And that was it. So congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. Bigger congratulations to Andy Reid. You basically deserved it out of the most out of anybody. Patrick Mahomes, the youngest player ever to get MVP in the regular season and the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I think he's 24.
Yep.
24 years old and he just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. No big deal.
Good Lord.
It is what it is.
And you know what? Not a detriment to the 49ers. This was Garoppolo's first full season as a starter.
Yeah.
And he made it to the Super Bowl. First
crazy.
full season.
I think him being behind Brady for so long has taught him a lot. So even though it is his first full season,
Right.
he's a little bit more seasoned than that. But anyway, Chiefs win.
Yes, they
It
did.
was a fun show.
It was great. And I was watching the last piece of football talk here. I was watching an NFL Films. It was the NFL mic'd up for the Super Bowl, right? And it was 40 minutes long for the entire game. You had so many different players hooked up. George Kittle was like, after like they knew they were going to lose, George Kittle at the very end, he was on the sideline. He's like, I'm going to be back next year. And I'm coming back. I'll be back with a vengeance. And he was just talking to himself.
Getting amped up.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, that's it right there.
That's the drive.
Yes. And you know what else is funny? You know, they partied after they lost.
Really?
They booked Lil Wayne. And they paid him in full before the Super Bowl. And they're like, well, shit, we already got you. So they partied.
Why not? I mean, you had that great of a season.
Oh, it was insane.
I mean, the way the contracts are laid out, the players get paid for just making it to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Obviously more if they win.
Right.
But yeah, why not have a good time? You had the best season.
The best comeback season.
In the NFC.
Yep.
They're still NFC champs. Best in the NFC division.
Yep. Which is arguably the harder division to be the best at.
Right. So why not celebrate a little bit?
Right. And you had, I mean, they went 4-12 last year.
I'm gonna throw something in here for divisions, right?
Go ahead.
So NFC, they say it's the harder division to win in, but I think that's because there's such a focus on defense. In the AFC, everyone's slaying it. It's the West Coast offense. It's everyone.
Unless you're Bill Belichick and the Patriots, who they are a defense. I get what you're saying. They
do
them notwithstanding.
It just seems like the whole NFC AFC thing. The AFC is like a whole different type of league because they're all just playing a different style.
They used to be.
They used to. You're right.
So, you're right. You're right.
But it still seems like there's that division where you look at the NFC,
right.
It's just like grinded out, hard hitting.
Right.
And then the AFC's over here like just throwing bombs, doing crazy things.
You have Lamar Jackson plays. Just dipping out the pocket.
Right. It's just like two different.
It's unbelievable. We need one of them. I know we just said last piece of football talk, but I just want to ask you this question. Are you going to watch the XFL? It started yesterday.
Oh, I didn't
Yep.
even know it started.
Yep, there were 2 games yesterday and there are 2 games today, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm interested, but it's weird.
So it is weird. I watched the highlights from the last 2 games yesterday, and it's literally a hybrid of the NFL and the NCAA. Like, they take the out of bounds rule from the NCAA, as in you only need 1 foot in bounds for a completed catch.
Okay.
And it makes so many more dynamic plays. For a kickoff, if it doesn't get past the 20-yard line, they bring it to the 35.
Oh, so you have to get it down there.
If it hits the ground and if it's not past the 20.
So there's no onside kick?
Not really. No. And instead of, like, so you have everybody lined up right behind the kicker. I mean, right in front of the kicker, right? Mm-hmm. And then you all run. It's not like that. Everybody lines up at like a yard of scrimmage, and there's 5 yards separating both teams.
Yeah.
So the teams line up with 5 yards between them, and they're down further. And then the kicker will kick it, right? Nobody can move
until the
ball's kicked, and then only the person receiving can move, and the kicker can move up until the ball's kicked. But they all just line up right next to one another. It's like, what the fuck? This is weird.
Well, that's they used to have it in the NFL where the lineman would line up, so on the kickoff would line up 5 yards behind the ball.
Okay.
And then they would be able to start running once the kicker passed that yard marker.
Sure.
Now, to avoid injury in the NFL, they also now say, no, they can't move until the ball's kicked.
Okay.
So it's lower impact, right?
Sure.
You can't get that running start as much.
Right.
So
that makes sense.
That's probably why they're also doing that in the XFL. They're lining up so close together because then it creates less of that space to get more speed.
Yes, exactly. And then also, so instead of, there's no extra point kicks anymore.
It's just 7 points for a touchdown?
No, it's 6. And then they can go for one of 3 options to get 1, 2, or 3 extra points.
Okay.
A 1 yard, a 5 yard, and a 10 yard.
And they have to go for like a touchdown.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting. And
there are field goals. Field goals basically remain the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then overtime rules. No one team gets a possession. Bullshit. It's none of that. It's a shootout.
Shootout?
They go play per play. It's like a shootout in hockey. I don't even know if it's a shootout. Like, I don't know how shootouts work in hockey. I'm an idiot. But no, if you get 5 plays each team, and you start the same exact point. It's right near the end zone. It's like 5 yards to the end zone or whatever. But you get 5 plays each, and whoever, like, best of 5 wins, or whoever has like the most completions at the end of the 5 plays.
So like you have to score the touchdown.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
And then if a play's like blocked or stopped before the end zone, then that play's called a dud, and then it goes to the next team. You just keep doing it.
So does one offense come out, then the next offense?
That I'm not
out?
entirely sure of.
Okay.
I watched a YouTube video.
All right.
Because the XFL put out these videos.
Okay. Yeah, we'll check it out.
Yeah. No, seriously, it's insane. And I was seeing some plays being made, man. There's some crazy plays made. I'm excited. I think it looks cool. All right. Enough actual football talk. It's time for Will's Adventures Within the Halo.
I was waiting for it. There it is.
Yeah.
All right.
You knew it was coming.
Yes. If you've been listening the last few weeks, I pretty much played the same games. Jumped into some Tarkov, died a lot, got frustrated a lot, punched my keyboard at one point.
Oh, no.
Didn't break it, thank God.
Oh, no. Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Losing my shit at that game.
Oh, my God. Was Vicky in the room?
Yeah.
What did she say?
She just looked up like, oh,
it's happening.
Yep. I've been on the verge of Summit 1G'ing my monitors a couple times. It's getting to me, man. It's getting to me.
I'm scared for you.
I've been playing some Modern Warfare. We played.
We did.
I'll let you talk about it because I feel
No, you go ahead.
No, we played some Modern Warfare in Halo 5.
Okay.
What did you play this week, Josh?
Oh,
I'll let you go through it.
I played some Final Fantasy 14. I'm starting to get a little bit more back into that game. I found I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on how to maximize the build that I'm running, the class that I'm running, and hopefully it'll make things a little bit more dynamic, more fun, more varied, so I can continue playing through that game. And then We played Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
We did.
Yes. We played with Palshi.
Palshi.
Yes. Pula.
Oh.
Yeah. And then he can't be mad at me. I ordered Girl Scout cookies. All right. So he can't be mad at me. Paid fucking $12 in shipping, some bullshit.
It's not bad though.
I should have made him come from Seattle here
to drop him off in person.
Yes. Save me $12 in shipping, cost him hundreds of dollars in plane tickets.
Great.
Yep. I'm just kidding. They're getting shipped to me. But no, it was good. That MP5 is unbelievable.
It's fun.
Oh my God. And now, like I was watching, so we were watching CDL London, obviously, and they show the stats and whatnot, and it's literally like 4 out of the 5 players on every team is running an MP5, and then the other person's running an M4.
Yeah.
Every team.
They even tried nerfing the MP5 last week.
It didn't.
And it's still good. It's still good.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. You for CDL, you either see like search and destroy.
Yep.
It's either 3 or 4 players running MP5, 3 or 4 players running M4, and then maybe a sniper, which is
exactly.
Those are the 3 weapons to use.
Right. No, I had a lot of fun, and I will say, shipment is insane. It's the first time I ever played in that map in Modern Warfare. Like I played it obviously in COD 4, but like in this iteration, first time ever playing, and you actually do spawn next to enemy players.
Yeah, it's great.
Great's a word. No, it was fun. And then what's the Shoot House? Is that the name of it?
Shoot House is that? Yeah, the small map, the other small map.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm just not a fan.
That's like my favorite.
Is it?
Well, here's the thing. During like double XP because it's been double XP all week.
Sure.
I run Shoot House because smaller map, shorter games, more kills.
Oh yeah, you have much more opportunities for more XP.
Yeah, so you can level up your weapon faster.
Yeah.
So, but I have fun on it. I still hate shotguns in that game.
They are bad. I mean, they're good, but yeah,
they're too good.
They're overpowered. Yep.
So yeah, but no, it was good. It was a good time. We what else did we do? Gunrunner. We had some pretty good maps on Gunrunner. Some hardpoint
with those hardpoint rotations.
Yep,
absolutely.
That was fun.
Yep.
We had everyone on our team for our hardpoint Gunrunner map was wearing a CDL skin.
Yeah,
it was so funny.
We had Seattle Surge and Rocker.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then the other team was wearing Florida Mutineers.
Yep.
Yep.
The Mutineers.
Yeah.
That's how I say it. Yeah. Just it sounds like we're doing a little Minnesota accent on there too.
Sure.
No, and then I had my first ever quad kill.
Nice.
Yeah. That was exciting. And then we played Halo 5 with Palshi.
I got my butt kicked.
It's okay.
I tried to hang.
I got my first ever X-Term in Team Arena. My first ever one. And there was a funny clip of Palshi having camo.
Oh, yes.
And then I got a double kill, which after watching the clip, I realized that I saved him and I didn't know because there's another player looking at him and I killed him on Nest and on the rig. I had no idea that he was right there. I had no idea until, so I kill him, I get the double, and then I turn around and I hear Palshi just screaming, like figuring out what the fuck to do. He's like dip diving, dodging running around. Yeah. And he's in a gunfight with this dude, but he also has camo. And I come up and I basically steal the kill from him.
But you saved him.
Yeah. We'll say I saved him.
Wasn't there something that happened on CTF Truth as well?
Oh my God. His flag run?
Oh yeah.
Where we had,
was that the one I threw it? So I threw it out front?
Yes.
So
I thought the run was dead.
Yeah, we were 3 dead and I was under their base.
Yes.
And I'm like, hey guys, I'm just gonna cause some havoc. So they go out of the base. I fly up, grab the flag, I throw it out front. I die because I'm just like, I'm popping shots at people. And then I'm like, okay, flag's dead. Let's just reset. And then all of a sudden, Paul's just like throwing the flag front of the base.
Yep.
Like what? How did that happen?
Well, that's the thing. I called that, like, so you threw it out, right? And I see there's gunfights going on. I'm in the bottom of our base and I'm going to come up the ramp and I see, and I say like, oh, that this run's probably dead, guys. Like, let's set up, right? And the next thing I see an enemy player coming from the bottom of their base going towards the flag to recover. And I'm like, yep, this flag's dead.
Yep.
Whatever. I'm going to start making my way up for another rotation to get ready for a push. So I go up, either top car or P2. I go up there, and the next thing I hear is Palshi just fucking, I look and he's going up from bottom. He has flag, gets flag up to top, into the top of our base. We score, and I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Right, that should have been completely dead. They were around the flag, and Palsy just somehow got out of there with the flag.
I have no idea. I should go back and watch that film. That was insane. But yeah, that was that.
Fun times in H5.
It was. Well, for the most part. You know, it wasn't fun? Playing an oddball game where Palsy's standing still because he needed to get something for his roommate.
Yeah, I just gave up after a while.
Oh, it was so bad. Our teammate was killing himself.
Yeah.
Like, I betrayed Palsy once. He betrayed Palsy once. And then I just see this kid like
jumping off the map.
As soon as he spotted, he's throwing nades at his feet. I'm like, oh no, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it sucks. I'm just glad that the enemy team didn't milk it and that they just got the points and was it.
Yeah, they just sat in the up in top gold or top blue.
Top blue.
Blue, yeah.
We couldn't get to him, so.
Yeah, I mean, it was 3-on-4. It was really.
It was hard, especially in that, with that game type in that playlist. It's very hard to run 3v4. Yes, it's very difficult. Yeah. Anything else you want to add for Vigi games?
Nah, man. I need to get better at Tarkov before something happens.
I need to, like, I told you this too when we were playing earlier, but I have a hankering to play Apex again.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to play Overwatch again.
I have Apex downloaded if you ever want to play. Let me know.
Do you? I should get it downloaded too.
It's fun. It's frustrating.
Yeah. I just remembered having a lot of fun with you and Joey.
Oh yeah, just like messing around.
Yeah, and then I played with Search as well. Shout out to Search. And I think it was his brother that I played with too. But no, I just think that game's fun. Like that, I'm not a huge BR guy. We've talked about it multiple times. But not only is that my favorite BR, I just love the shooting mechanics of a Titanfall game. So
sure,
I think it's I think that game's mechanics are fantastic.
One last thing I'll add about Tarkov here. That's been frustrating me.
Go
ahead. There's timers on your scav player, right? You have to wait 20 minutes in between each scav run because they don't want you to just keep scav running to get loot, right? Because you spawn in with loot. They don't want you to just run to the exit to get that loot out.
Right.
But what I'll say is if you're a newer player like me, I'm still like I'm only level 10.
Okay.
You tend to die a little bit more with your main character. So
sure.
Once you die with your character, there's a quote unquote time limit until he heals again. He can heal over time, right? Or you can use healing items to heal him off raid.
Okay. So to put it in layman's terms here, are we talking like a countdown timer to get like a heart in a mobile game, like a free to play mobile game?
Well, let's lay this out. So you have an overall health level of like 450. Right?
Okay. Sure.
As you get shot, you lose hit points.
Is this on both your PMC and your scav?
So, yes, in game.
Okay.
When you're in a raid.
Okay.
Yes. So if you die in raid, depending on how you died, when you come back out of the raid, your player is still at that hit point level.
Oh.
So if you get shot in the head, it lowers all your stuff. You only have like 2 health, and you have to wait for the whole 400. Well, you don't have to wait.
Right, but you'd be at a massive disadvantage.
Yeah. So you can either use items you have to heal your character, which can get very expensive, or wait for him to regen and go back in.
When you say a raid, is that just like when you just go into the map?
Yes.
Is that what that is?
That's
okay.
what they call those raids.
Just making sure.
So if with spawning with the scav, you usually don't spawn with a helmet. So there's been times I've literally spawned in as a scav, taken one step, gotten shot, and back out. People know. Unfortunately, people know spawns.
Sucks. They're not randomized.
They are randomized,
right? But they're in specific spots.
Yes.
Oh man.
So you lose your 20-minute. Now you're on a 20-minute timer for your scav.
Right.
And if the raid before you just died with your player, now you're still waiting for him to regen. So like that's the whole, like I know Tarkov's supposed to be a slow moving, slow pace, and that's why they have those timers.
But you're not even able to get back into the game.
So it kind of like it's been deterring me a little bit because I'm like, well, crap, I suck. I keep dying.
Right.
I'm waiting 20 minutes in between playing these raids. And it's just, like, come on.
Let the devs know. Like we talked about in the reflection corner.
See, the problem is I'm the minority, right? Like it's not.
You never know. Yeah.
I mean, just even taking the scav timer down to like 10 minutes.
Okay.
And another thing they need to fix is their freaking servers, because so
Ranty Will's coming up.
I've been doing a challenge on, there's a map called Customs.
Okay.
And there is a very specific office you have to get into to get this documents, right? Pull those out of the raid. You then have to go into another map and place those documents in another spot.
Oh.
So it's kind of cool, right?
That is kind of cool. I like that.
So I probably died like 6 or 7 times trying to do this freaking challenge.
Oh no, and you have to wait each time?
A few times is my own fault. But the last time I had a sweet loadout. I had killed 3 other players. I'm a level 10. I killed a level 33. He had a freaking decked out AK. I'm like, oh, I'm getting this thing out of the raid. I'm about to make, like, it was probably like a $400,000 gun. Like, I was about to make a shit ton of money off this dude. So I get my documents.
Yeah.
I kill a couple scabs out front. And I go, I'm just leaving the building. And all of a sudden, my game freezes. And it's server connection timed out. So you can load back into the raids if there's a connection issue.
Oh. Okay.
But by the time I loaded back in, I was dead. So I lost all my stuff, lost the challenge. I don't know if it was another scav or another player.
Are you telling me that your player just like stands there?
Yeah, it does.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
So in that type of game, it really sucked.
Oh.
It really sucked. But
oh my God, that sucks.
And like last night when Lupo, Summit, everyone was trying to play, servers just went down. It said player cannot connect to the game. So like people, the game is great, but it has a long way to go still in some of these aspects that should be normal.
Now it's still in early access.
It's in beta. It's in beta for 2 years.
I know.
2-year beta.
Yeah, Ranty Will coming out.
All right. Yeah. So
that is something that fucking annoys me.
I hope because this game has a ton of potential.
Yeah.
And they're actually like, they've been talking about making so many improvements and changes that I think could really benefit the game. I just hope, like, it's kind of like the PUBG effect. It was kind of like, it was popular in beta. And then once it came out and they made all these little changes, like, it fell apart. I don't know if the same thing's going to happen to Tarkov. But man, their server, because there have been times I've been in 35-minute queues to get into a server, which then I just back out and go play my scav.
My God.
Yes, that's... there's other aspects of this game that are detracting from the core gameplay, which you can relate that to a lot of other games. And I just hope that gets fixed. All right.
I can respect that. I like how Ranty Will came out. I'm happy about that.
A little bit about Tarkov.
Yes. It's time for some shoutouts. You know exactly where it is. Boom! First and foremost, happy belated birthday to Lottie. That was yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, she had a cake on the desk. I don't know if you knew this.
Yes. And that cake also got thrown into somebody's face.
Yes, it did.
Yes, I forgot the dude's name.
Me too.
But it was great. Shout out to Nap Times on becoming a content creator for Misu Gaming. That's fantastic. Shout out to you. Shout out to Real Life Spartan on just being an amazing member of this community. I see a lot of his stuff on Twitter all the time, and he looks awesome. He looks like he brings a lot of hype and whatnot to his streams. He's the one that's dressed up like in Master Chief armor from basically chest up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he wears the helmet sometimes?
Yeah, during like his little in between. I'm not going to call them skits, but like if somebody donates, if somebody subs, so on and so forth. There's just really cool things he does with screen transitions and whatnot. But yeah, I went into his stream the other day, and it's exactly what he's like. He's awesome. He brings the hype. He's genuinely just happy to play Halo, and he actually loves the franchise. We shit on it all the time, but we love it as well. I just love the hype and the positivity that he brings. And then also, I want to say this for everybody should listen. Podtacular, shout out to Duststorm, is going to be interviewing, I believe, Real Life Spartan as well. So stay tuned for that episode. Watch/listen to that when that releases. I think it's going to be a great time. Can't wait to hear what he has to say. Yeah, and then speaking of podcasts, shout out to Podcast Evolved on hitting the 200 episode milestone on their main show. They have multiple shows, but on their main show, 200 episodes. That's awesome. We're coming for you, motherfuckers. Stay tuned.
Well, if they keep releasing regularly.
Nope! We're shutting them down!
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. And then also shout out to Paul Shee for the games of COD and Halo.
It was very fun.
It was a great time.
I laughed so hard at that. Is his name Mark Riblet? Is that the guy? Video he sent us in Discord?
Oh, yeah. Let me in. I'm trying to fuck.
Yeah.
It's great.
It was great. Go check it out on YouTube if you haven't.
Maybe I'll put it in the show notes.
Okay.
How about that? I'll put it in the show notes. All right. That's it for the shout outs. How about some community creation? So, Will, I put it in there. Not only Meme Saturday, which also should be Meme Monday, but like Will talks about, memes every day.
Yes.
Reddit.com/r/Halo memes. It's in there. I put it in there.
Thank you.
No problem. And then Clips of the Week number 40 by High Tech Redneck. We'll make sure to include the link because, like I said, this episode releases on Sunday. We'll include the link in the Google Doc, the show notes of the show on Monday when she releases her episode. So stay tuned for that. That's all I got. Will, first live show.
Yeah.
In the books.
We've made it.
We did. I didn't see anybody talk about if the stream quality was bad and whatnot, so hopefully we're good.
I did see Duststorm comment that he couldn't view us on mobile. That's when I pulled out my phone. I had no issues, so I don't know if it was what was going on there.
Okay. We'll have to wait and see. We'll go back and watch the VOD, though, and make sure everything's okay on that front, too, because that's that. Will.
Yes.
Before we get into our Q&A, please plug the show.
You can find us on your favorite podcast services. Just search for HCS Pro Talk. We are on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify, and others as well. Leave us a review and let others know about the show. You can join our Discord, join the community discussion. Lots of great talk going on over there. I've been posting some preview stuff in there, so if you want some inside information, join the Discord. Link will be provided in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show.
Do it up.
You can join our Xbox Club or Spartan Company. Search for HCS Pro Talk on Halo Waypoint. We are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Esports Media. Search for HCS Pro Talk on those platforms and come find us and say hello.
Please.
All right.
Please say hello.
Josh,
don't be a dickbag.
What do we have on the next episode, man?
On the next episode of HCS Pro Talk, where I'm actually going to remember to introduce ourselves at the beginning of the show, we have the winner of the HPTCASB for short.
Okay.
It's just Pro Talk Video All-Star Bracket,
yes.
If you don't know, if you aren't already aware. And then we have our DreamHack Anaheim preview. We're going to go over the rosters that are hopefully confirmed at that point in time. And then hopefully the pools are announced ahead of time. I mean, that'd be a week.
We just need information.
We do. We need the info. Give us the deets. That's all I got.
All right.
We might see the reintroduction of the Reflection Corner.
Make a fourth week return.
I don't know. I'm finding some stuff. Moses is putting out some good shit for us to talk about. That's for sure.
I mean, I feel like a lot of the stuff has been things we've talked about previously. It's just they're coming up on Twitter, and people are talking about them. It's just reoccurring. There seems to be a cycle.
Yes.
Sprint pops up. Oh, AR starts. Oh, where should what type of maps, what type of game modes. It's been on repeat, it seems like, for the last year since we've heard about Infinite and bringing all this discussion to light.
I agree.
So we'll see what happens.
Hey, Will.
Yeah. Some breaking news.
It is. The next team of the Europa Halo Double Down has been announced. It consists of Hidden Reach Neil from Hidden Reach and Ubernick.
Ooh.
Their team name is First Boss.
Nice. Instead of Final Boss, it's the First Boss.
Yeah, because they've done this before. Like, they had this name before, and I think they went out right away, too.
Oh,
which
no.
is, like, perfect for
here we go.
Named First Boss.
Yep.
But, yeah, I thought that was great. But, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 113 of HCS Pro Talk. I want to thank you very much for listening and maybe even watching live. And we'll be back next week on Sunday, noon Central.
Sunday.
Working seats are still just fine. It's free to be here. It doesn't cost you $5. It's free. That's that. So don't worry. It's okay. You can hop in. We'll be back next week. We're going to talk about some Halo. We're going to talk about some other stuff. But until then, we'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.
All right.
Sweet. We did it.
All right.
Woo!
We made it. All right. So for those in the chat, thanks for sticking with us here. Sorry we weren't able to answer during the recording. I could see you guys talking, but I just couldn't respond. So it looks like I just punched the mic.
Nice job.
Goalie Sniper has some questions. Have you guys seen the new released H5 concept art with the cross between Species and Prometheans and the Damage Died Act? Have you seen that concept art, Josh? I have not.
No. Hey, Justin, could you post a link for that, please? That'd be great. If you don't mind, we'd appreciate it greatly.
And then says feels like anything that would have come out of that would have been a better than the H5 that we got.
Ooh, deep cut.
Ooh. And then question 2, how'd the first live show feel? Also, congrats on launching the live show. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate it. It felt fine.
So, spoiler alert, because I'm going to tie it back. Don't worry. You said before we started recording that you had some butterflies. You're getting a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
So I was during the show because I didn't announce us at the beginning. And you know what the funny part is?
It threw off the cadence.
Here's the other funny thing. I actually didn't finish the show notes.
Oh.
So I totally forgot about tournament recaps. I had them in there. I just didn't have the placings.
Oh.
Yep. And so I'm like, oh, shit. And when we got to that point, I'm like, wait a second. Okay, this tournament's still happening. Wait. And then I found the rosters. I'm like, okay, let's put that in roster mania while Will's still going through the rosters. Maybe he'll catch it in time. And then, so we got there. We got it done. Yeah. So I had some first show jitters during the show because I'm like, oh, no, the notes. But we got there.
We got there.
It's okay.
No, Justin, no. I'm not answering that question.
What?
Should Sprint be in Halo?
Oh, my God.
Yes, it should.
No. I'm just kidding.
All right.
I want classic Halo.
So here's something that I've thought about, too.
What do you got?
Obviously, Spartans have many more abilities than ever's been shown in Halo games.
It's a true statement.
They can fucking run. Why can't we run in the game? Right? Come on,
Spartans, they can fucking run. Will 2020.
We should start a quotes bot where we can save our quotes.
Yes, I think Streamlabs has that, so we should be.
We'll get that set up.
Should be on that front. And then I know that Duststorm put a question in here earlier. He said,
yes.
What do you think about the possibility of the Xbox Series X launch being delayed because of the coronavirus? Oh my God. No, it won't be.
Yeah.
And then he said, I think Phil will make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah. That comment was during when you said the last guy who came on and said online only.
Oh, yeah, Dan Matrick, that fucking idiot.
Podtacular even hosted us during the recording. I'm just seeing that
now.
Yo,
thanks, Dust.
Thank you, Duststorm. But yeah, it was a good first live show. I forgot to hit the timer button on this, so I have to go through and manually find all of the timestamps now.
So we both screwed something up. I don't feel bad now.
Yeah,
okay, it's okay.
There you go.
You don't do mess up now. I'm just kidding. So I'll just say this. Great first live show. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank everybody for being here. We appreciate it. If you just happen to tune in for 5 minutes, if you're here for the whole thing, we greatly appreciate it. It was a fun time. For those who don't know, we'll just give the rundown here. This is HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. We have an emphasis on the community aspect of the Halo esports scene, especially when there aren't any major events that are happening. There's so many community tournaments that are taking place each and every week. We want to be able to have that place to highlight them, and we want to be able to highlight you. The viewer, the listener, the person engaging with the community, even the dumb motherfuckers who are on Twitter posting fake shit, gotta highlight them as well. That's what the point of this show is, has been, and forever will be. It's all about you. And yes, we're the ones talking, but we're talking about stuff that you guys are talking about as well. And then when we have normal topics of the show, we bring your guys' opinions in as well. We talk about that. We read them. We talk about it. We have that greater discussion. So on and so forth. Will is the amazing producer / co-host of the show. And my name is Josh. I talk a lot. That's the extent of what I do. It's great.
I mean, you put together the show notes. That's a huge part of it.
Thanks, Will.
He's the one digging up all the information. Try. Keyword.
You
find a lot more than I thought, as the length of our shows have shown as they've grown over the years.
Or if I just ramble for the longest fucking time.
Yeah, the Ranty Josh comes out.
I put out the poll this time. They wanted it. I gave it to them.
People just like to hear you get mad. I think that's it. They're trying to get you going.
It's true. And I did get mad indeed.
Yes.
It's very true.
Do you want to tease what we possibly have coming up to break in the studio a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
And the channel?
I have a funny story about that as well that I want to share with you too.
Right now?
Live?
Yeah,
it's live. We're doing it live. So should we just announce it? Just say fuck it?
We don't have a date yet though. A hard date.
Wait, I don't know if we're talking about the same thing. Oh my God, I don't think we're talking about the same thing.
Okay, go ahead.
You tease it. You tease what you're thinking about, and then I'll say what I'm thinking about.
Well, we might be getting together to play a lot of freaking Halo.
Oh yeah, that
on stream for maybe a full day of 24 hours.
Oh, way to really just like say that we're doing a 24-hour stream, but not say we're doing a 24-hour stream.
I had to break it down.
That was great getting around that. That was phenomenal. We're doing a 24-hour stream. Eventually, soon.
Eventually, once things are nailed down.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting, and we're gonna play a lot of Halo. That's for sure, and we're gonna play a lot of Halo with you. So, if you're interested in being a part of that, let us know. It'll be great. We'll figure out the details, so on and so forth. Start time, end time, all that. I mean, obviously, end time will be 24 hours after the start time, but we just have to figure out when that start time is.
We could start like Saturday, and as we roll into Sunday.
Just do the recording of the show?
Do the recording of the show to end the 24 hours.
Wow, I'm going to be tired as fuck.
We're going to be dead. Yeah, it might not make for the best show.
Or it will.
Or it could, because we're going to be delirious.
That could be amazing.
It could be hilarious.
We'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
It could be a lot better.
It could be a lot worse. Tour de Walsh 2.0. We could do that.
No.
We could do that for... Okay, so if we're playing the campaign for all the story...
Yeah.
That's going to take probably the whole time, right?
Yeah, we don't have to. Well, you and I need to play through Reach. We should start with that.
ODST as well.
Yeah. Reach into ODST then, I guess, because Reach technically is first. Yeah. Cool. And we need to do that.
Yeah. And then we can just roll from there.
I'm down. The other thing, the thing that was not the thing you were thinking about. So, DreamHack Anaheim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If everything goes according to plan, DreamHack Anaheim, we are going to be doing a live watch-along here in the studio on Championship Sunday. Will and I are going to be sitting here. We're going to be talking to you guys. We're going to have it live. We're going to have a screen set up and everything to watch it together, to see our reactions, to talk to you guys, all that stuff. And again, that happens in 2 weeks. So stay tuned for that. Funny story about that.
Uh-oh.
So I really, really thought that it was next week.
Oh, yeah?
So it's Will's birthday next week.
Next Sunday,
by the way.
Recording on my birthday.
Yep. So I, honest to God, thought to myself, wait a second. It's your birthday. We have a show to record, and you have a hockey game that night. Oh, shit. What are we going to do? And then come to find out, no, it's actually in 2 weeks, not next week. So I'm dumb as fuck.
I still have a hockey game, I think, on that following Sunday.
Okay.
But
we'll figure it out.
We'll see what happens.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
We're also going to have to figure out recording the show and then watching Championship Sunday as well.
We'll just lead right into it.
Okay.
Because Championship Sunday is not going to end until 5, 6?
Usually.
Maybe later. Because that's usually what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
Which means during our DreamHack Anaheim watch-along on Championship Sunday, since we record the show at noon, we won't be talking about the results of the tournament until a week after.
Yeah.
So it's kind of unfortunate, but it lets things percolate a little bit more.
Sure.
And we can dive a little bit deeper into series and whatnot, and that'll be that. Timer screens.
Oh, the timing screens. The event DreamHack Anaheim will return in 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, we get to watch that together.
It's gonna be great.
Fucking kill me. How much you want to bet that that's what we get at Anaheim?
I mean,
I don't know why I'm raising my hand. Yes, we're gonna get them.
Yeah.
I don't think we have side content that takes place during the event.
Nope.
I just don't.
Nope. Not at all.
No siree, Bob. All right. Are there any other questions from the fine folks in chat before we close this one out? Will and I go eat some mac and cheese.
I have to edit.
Yeah, Will has to edit. We got to get this thing uploaded to the YouTubes and the podcast services around the world, including Pocket Casts.
It's your favorite.
It is. It's the best one, man. It's the best one. I love it. We'll leave it open for a couple minutes if anybody wants to add in any final questions before we close this out. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. Hope you all had a great time. I had a great time. Did you have a great time, Will?
It was fun.
It was fun. My back is sweaty.
I'm getting there.
Yeah?
It's toasty in here.
It is. It actually is. It's like really warm in here.
Which is fine because it's snowing right now in Minnesota.
Yeah. Cold like Minnesota.
Yep.
Song's terrible. Nothing against Lil Yachty. It's just that song sucks. Like, I sing it as like a joke because the song's not good. It's just not good. Will, what are you drinking?
Some G Fuel.
What kind?
Battle Juice.
Oh, Battle Juice.
Pineapple flavored.
What do you think?
It's 5.5 out of 10.
Ooh, a 5.5 out of 10.
Maybe a 6. I don't know. It's not great. But I thought it was going to be good. And it's not my favorite. I really like your, what is it, hype sauce?
That's what I'm drinking right now.
See, I need to get that.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
Raspberry lemonade.
Really good.
Limonade. That's it. I'd give that raspberry lemonade, give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a staple in my rotation. Fruit punch is also there. Well, is there anything else you want to add before we close this out?
I think that's it. I think we talked about everything we needed to this week.
Sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here, joining our first live show, our first Q&A after the live show. We'll be back next week with another live show and another Q&A and our DreamHack Anaheim preview, where we will determine whether or not Tox wins the whole thing. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.